Joy 99.7 FM, and I'm so glad you chose 99.7 FM. It is a beautiful morning. Yes, the rain almost did it. There's several parts that haven't seen rain yet, but if you have, it's a blessing for a Friday morning, this 15th day of April 2016. It's 21 past 10, and if you just tuned in, you did the right thing. You got your girl Doreen on your dial till midday, and today I'm not alone. I got a fine gentleman on the other side to be doing a lot of the work this morning. My guest today, a true son of the land, a man who believes in true strength of black people and the power of our ancestors. An award-winning musician and a songwriter known for his popular songs, Wogbejeke. Now, if you heard that one, then you know exactly who we're talking about, right? He was a leading member of the group Nakorex. They sang and performed tracks like, several tracks. Oriba, one of my favorites from that album. A native of Cape Coast. He speaks impeccable English even though he's a funny man. And ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to have on the show this morning, Amanzeba Nat Brew. Good morning, brother.
It gives me immense pleasure to be here.
I had to calculate my English because I knew that the English roster was here and marking.
Please.
It is good to have you, man. How you doing?
Charlie, I'm so delighted.
Great. So, folks, you know exactly what to expect this morning.
Day, beautiful you. We have to have a beautiful country.
Oh, we definitely got to have a beautiful country, and we got to have a good show this morning. We've got a lot of stuff lined up. We've got our morning inspiration coming up. We'll also go into our lifestyle cafe. Today, we're talking about eye care tips for the children. And of course, driving etiquette, we've done that since Monday. If you have your kids in the car, you even have to be more careful. So we'll talk more about that when we go into our lifestyle cafe. We've got entertainment today. And of course, with Amanzeba in the studio, you know our entertainment today will be exciting. It's brought to you by Parental. Interesting stuff happening. Lord Kenya says that Sarkodie is a braggart. I'm sure, of course, Amanzeba, you have your own opinions about that. We will chat about it when the time comes.
Right.
Okay, Bisa K.O.D has some new music out. We'll tell you more. Lama Odum has finally opened up about his divorce with Khloe Kardashian. Kelly Clarkson welcomes a new baby. And Sarkodie says New Guy is one of his biggest records ever. You make sure you're here around about 20 minutes to 11. That's when we'll go into entertainment today. So before we get to the chat, I thought I'd play you Amanzeba's first request for the show this morning. You chose a Lord Kenya track, so I'll go straight to that.
Straight away.
Okay.
Straight away.
Okay. Interesting track, actually. What actually made you choose this one?
I'm thinking back in the days when they started, and I thought that a huge component of our rhythm was kept there. You know, when you really put them against what is happening today, then you know that the drift is too
wide,
dramatic.
Yes.
I think we need to look
we need to take a look. So you are looking at it from the musical aspect.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
And then I think I came also to have fun, because all of these tracks will really give me the push to really make it, because the whole week has been very boring.
It's been very boring. Oh, I hope that you have an exciting time here. You know what? We'll take a quick announcement break. We will come back and chat more about Amanzeba Nat Brew, our co-host for this morning on the Cosmoplolitan Mix. Stay with us.
Cosmopolitan Mix. You are tuning to your super hits radio, Joy 99.7.
Go, shoot, Peru. I'm taking shoot like that.
So, if you can sing this part, then it means you can actually tell me what I was saying.
Oh, but since you're sitting here, where's your head?
You remember you organized something free and nobody came.
You know, human beings, they're interesting. When they have to pay for it, they will pitch up. But when it's free, they act funny, right?
Now, anything that is free to some people is valueless.
It's valueless. Okay, yeah. I get that. Next time I'll put a charge to it. Oh, I've learned my lessons well. It's all good. But anyway, this is one of my favorite tracks from you when you went. The song was an old song that you redid, right?
No. Actually, you are thinking about holiday or Adumia because they also have horns like this.
Like
the
this.
live horns is what really
makes
establishes
it, yeah.
the band.
Oh, okay.
Live. So,
That's what anyways, let me just go back and probably just talk about you growing up.
Yeah.
Where did you grow up and when did you realize that you had the knack for music?
Well, it all began at Accra.
Oh wow. Okay, now that's where
Down
you speak.
Jamestown.
That's how come you speak that great Ghana.
Down Jamestown.
Jamestown.
Near Bukom, near Collegono, Plaintree and see all around that area. It was a whole revelation growing up because I believe that very early, in fact, very early as 4 years, I could, there was this sporadic sort of premonition or that kind of futuristic feeling that you have. It's a dream but it's not a dream.
Yeah, but you just feel it and you talk about it.
And then I would always see myself standing in front of a huge crowd. I think when I grew up, then it was telling me that your place is the stage.
Okay.
All of these things were met with vehement opposition.
But of course, I mean, it's Ghanaian parents. Are you kidding me?
Living in Adedimpo and seeing all the social vices, and there were all these huge bands like the Black Beats Band, Uncle King Bruce, the Ramblers, the E.T. Maintenance in that enclave. So you could imagine all the beautiful things and the bad things on the streets of Accra happening. And then your son wakes up one morning and says,
he wants to be a
musician.
musician.
To be like those who light up their cigarettes and hold their bottles of beer and just blow time. That's it. Yeah. And so the old man said it was going to be over his dead body.
Oh gosh.
And I didn't wish that he would die, but if it had to be over his dead body, I have my freedom. He has his. His dreams are purely his. Mine also. Probably he would nurture me, let me become so firm. But my beliefs and my aspirations and my dreams, I think they are entirely mine and my right. So I had to prove him wrong because obviously, if you look back, you will understand him in hindsight.
But of course.
I mean, I can. When my daughter says, "Daddy, I want to go here. I want to go to a party. I get scared." You understand? So it was with the same, kind of emotional feelings that my father harbored at that time, and really fought against it. But I think it also presented me with a huge challenge. That if I could really make my dream come true without ruffling any feathers or wings, but it was highly impossible because it was so delicate to jump over from being recalcitrant and being daddy's good boy.
It's a thin line and it's hard to maintain that line. So but how easy or how difficult was it for you to make that transition to say, look, okay, I'm going to go to school, but I'm still going to, still tweak my desires to be a musician or be a stage person? How difficult, how challenging was it?
I don't know how difficult it was during the time of the First and the Second World War. But I can tell you that
it was
difficult. Because, I mean, I really had to sacrifice a lot in terms of education and stuff like that because the man will not give me breathing space.
So you actually did what you were meant to do. You finished your primary school.
My secondary school,
yes. What secondary school did you go to?
Christian Methodist.
Christian Methodist. And then from there?
From there I went to Boston Music School for the rudiments, and then I went to Friedrich Herbert. A Greek. I love a Greek, so my background is right.
Oh, okay. I like that.
But I can tell you that my father, I mean, I remember that he said subsequently. Remember when I released that my father did not know it was my album, and he did not know it was me.
Right.
The only time he realized was when I had actually gone to pick up an award, and on Monday evening, Accra Brewery presented me with a check and they asked me to pick a few cartons of beer at their office. And the thing was in the newspapers, and it came in the
So
news.
he saw it.
So
he saw it in the newspaper.
My mom.
Oh gosh. Somebody had to release their filler.
My mom said to him, on your nuts now.
Oh, Pepe, yeah.
Then they suddenly saw that it was me, because when the award was presented, my name was mentioned. I didn't visit them, I think, until about 4 weeks later.
Bad brain.
And when I got home, the whole place was, some kind of mixed.
There was some tension.
Tension. I mean, he didn't know what to say. So as soon as I walked into the place, my mom says, "Any day you know you TV."
You know how parents talk, right?
Any day you know you TV. Now, Papa say, see, how did you do it? When did it happen? And when they got to church the following week on Sunday, Calvary Methodist.
Exactly.
And the people were, my father's friends were praising him. Oh, what a wonderful. Then he picks up with me. That. Yes, that. Hey, in China, Mr. Coleman. What's up, everybody wants to see you. And I said, wow. But then, I think that I really made him happy eventually, because he realized that I was his only child who could speak with him with reverence. I'm not saying that all the others disrespected him. No, but I particularly revere, and he's still alive, and I particularly revere him because I am telling you, if it hadn't been his heavy hand,
you probably would have gone haywire.
I am telling you. Football was my passion, so I was never at home.
I'm amazed that you don't play.
Listen, I picked up an injury otherwise.
Oh,
but listen,
okay.
football was my passion.
And it's still your passion, even though you don't play.
It is still. And I'm in the afternoon, I'm supposed to wash the dishes. But you have to get to the pitch earlier than my time of washing the dishes. So I will always go and I'll always have my sound beating. Until I got used to it. So,
a broom car,
I'll just go come back. Nine of you.
Nine. Oh my goodness. And out of the 9, you are the only one who stuck to music, or you have other siblings who also do music?
They do, but not on the scale that I have taken it, because of course they have their major occupations to depend on. But my kid brother Yofi is a brilliant singer, he's a brilliant composer, right? Good singers too.
Okay.
But I think
so that's where you got it.
Yeah, but I think that some of them are even better. And I keep wondering
why they're not
be the only one to push it. My music will sing. I used to gather them, when I was doing my sketches. And my father's bedroom was my studio.
Look at you.
So
he would smash you.
We wait till he goes to work and then fixes. He had a 4-track tape recorder, which we could, use to do our recording. So would always wait till he is out and then get to the bedroom and then start. I would do the selection. I'll call Yofi. If you don't hear your name,
you are not part of it.
You are not part of that.
You had 9 siblings. You had a choice. You were spoiled for choice, more like that.
I think that it all made me realize one thing, that if you dream, you have to realize it. If you don't, then it means it is not actually your dream. Probably it belongs to somebody else.
And you're just, it's probably just passing through your hands.
You understand. And then the use to which you put it, how it affects. I mean, some people sing and just the mere thought and the mere audience that we give to the tune uplifts us.
Sure.
And that's what I think that we're lacking. We are so much full of ourselves when it comes to what we do. And we want the attention to be focused on us and only us. But, when you are giving a gift to communicate to a mass, I mean like a huge crowd, then it means you really, really, really have to do it and do it well.
Yeah.
Because I believe that probably on the judgment day, the first thing God will ask is, yes, your talent was this, that.
Did you use it well?
Did you use it well? And wait and call Moses to determine your faith and stuff like that. You know?
Oh, gosh. I know there's so much to talk about. When this man is around you, it's all a lot of common sense and a lot of great humor, and we do appreciate it. What we'll do in a few minutes is we'll go into our entertainment today. And then, of course, we'll come back for talk more about Amanzeba. I definitely want to hear how your father dealt with all of your fame and all of that. It will be good to know, and I'm sure our audience are also sitting back there and paying attention. And you definitely also want to share if there are any questions you want to ask Amanzeba, you can send them ahead to 1422, or you can send them via WhatsApp 024434047. We will be glad to ask those questions. But it's now time for us to check out what's in entertainment today. It's brought to you by Airtel. Enjoy more talk, longer text, and all the internet browsing with Entertainment Today. Former hip life artist Lord Kenya has labeled Sarkodie a braggart and not the best rapper in Ghana. The converted hip life artist said that the Illuminati hitmaker doesn't have enough albums to be called the best rapper in Ghana. Kenya, who has 7 albums to his credit, added that you don't become the best rapper in 1 year. It's for decades. Before we say someone is the best, do you know how many years he has to work for it? To be honest, how many albums does he, Sarkodie, have? I'm asking them to stop bragging. He, Sarkodie, hasn't arrived yet and has to take his time. Ochami Kwame is the best now because he knows what he's doing. He's the one I used to rap with, and he's like a father. What do you think about all of this, Amanzeba? Good one thrown in your face, huh?
No, but this is refreshing.
Okay.
Because I haven't heard from the Lord for quite some time.
I mean, you mean Lord Kenya? The Lord is the big one above all.
No, but you know, he has been the Lord for all times. I mean, God is right from the beginning, now and ever. So
yeah.
if he was Lord from the beginning, he will be Lord now, and he will be Lord forever. But I believe that Kenya and Sarkodie are missing the opportunity to synergize.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe that. Like in the olden days when you want to woo a lady, the first thing is that Italia put you before. You pass a negative
and they come in and then to swing it to your side.
Start bickering, and for all you know, the guys are
they're buddies, and they're just coming out to just throw dust in our face.
I think that's these gestures that Kenya is throwing is actually like accosting something.
Okay, hey,
probably there's going to be a collab.
Never say never. It could happen. It could happen. Yes, it could happen. And when it happens, please, folks, Amanzeba and I said it first.
And I'm sure. I mean, don't blame Kenya. The feeling of nostalgia is there.
Okay.
I mean, you leave a particular arena and you think that you're done with it and you don't want to have anything to do with it again, and then occasionally
you feel like you want to go there. It's all right. It's okay. I got you. Let's move on. I get you. All right. What's the next one you got, Amanzeba?
I here have actually having a wind of this, but let me just go on. Since yesterday late afternoon, social media, particularly Facebook, was buzzing with Chris Waddle posting a video on Facebook revealing that Shatta always pretend to be real. After the video, Chris Waddle then went on to forgive me because if I'm not coherent, it's because I'm not having my reading glasses.
Oh, okay. I can lend you mine, but the challenge is we probably won't be using the same lenses.
Chris Waddle then went on to post that he is waiting for the reply from Shatta Chris Waddle was expecting a reply from Shatta and this is how Shatta decided to reply. To reply him. Replying, Shatta posted and has advised all and sundry to stop Chris Waddle. To stop dissing Chris Waddle, and that he don't Well, it should be.
He
Well, he
didn't
doesn't.
have any issue
have
with him.
any issue with him.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, the long and short is I think there was a track that was released by Chris Waddle, and apparently that track has the same title of a track that Shatawale also has. And because of that, they think that, maybe there should have been some consultations here and there before releasing a track with the same title. And probably that's how come all of this is
but
coming
that's
up.
the reason that in all our deliberations, I mean, whether it's Doreen to me and stuff like that, I think that when you wanted me to be here, you called me, and we verbally agreed to be here.
Right.
At that time. So, I mean, in our area, things like this are quite thorny.
True.
When you would just go into the studio with somebody and say, "This is just a collaboration," and that's it.
Yeah.
When it becomes a hit,
Then
people start pushing.
Exactly, exactly.
So I think that we should be putting things on paper.
Yeah, and doing the right thing.
A memorandum of
Understanding is always
That's
a good
all.
thing. Okay, well, it's a good advice to musicians who are listening right now. You see, from the camp of Black Amanzeba Nat Brew, you're listening to your own creation, or River. Brings back some memories, huh?
I tell you, Ras Kaf, Kafui Day on
the
keyboard.
keyboard. He was the one on the keyboard. Oh,
yeah.
how cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Kafui Day. He's such a wonderful musician.
Yes. Do you miss your days as a trio, yourself, Akusi and Rex?
I really, really, really miss those days.
That's nice. It's good to hear.
Yeah, I mean, for the fun of it, because we were traveling all over the country, going outside and riding on the waves of what we had actually created, because we were individual artists before we
came together as a group
by the SICAP management.
Okay.
And I think it worked,
How many years did you work together as a trio?
Oh, we worked together about 10 years.
10 years.
Yes,
Beautiful.
10 years.
Beautiful.
And I'm sure the wisdom behind it, the rationale behind that formation, actually presented itself in Kumasi during one of the Embassy Double competitions.
Yes.
Because, we had always planned that, we'll do a song together. I mean, the three of us at the end of every show. But, the arrangement was changed in a way, so it didn't go down well with, Rex. So he came to my room and said, Charlie, the guys have changed the plan, so don't worry. Just let's go out there and enjoy ourselves.
Exactly.
So, those days, cordless microphones were not common, So we had our cordless microphones in our rooms, and the time of the show started rolling, and then Rex got on stage, he sang, and his last track I remember was Ebeye. So just as he was wrapping up, I was singing Ebeye, the tail end, from my hotel room.
Yeah,
right
to come to the stage.
And it was wonderful.
That's nice.
And that was when Amma was making waves. So you can imagine that, at the end of the show, we played Amma together, and the whole place went ballistic.
That's nice.
It was beautiful. And those are the times that, we constructively made sure that group music, bands and stuff like that
became popular.
Yes, because everybody was very, very, very beautiful in his own individual way. But I think that it was a time that there was not much synergy in the industry.
In the industry,
people could not really come together and gel and do anything. But we showed that.
Oh, you were definitely a trio to reckon with back in the day. Some texts have come in for you. Someone says, actually it's Chris Abba. Chris Abba says you're a legend, Nat Brew. And Kweku Charles Nkrumah says, I'm enjoying the program. He is a legend indeed. And you speak about you being a trio with such nostalgia. So what really happened? What caused you all to go separate ways after performing for over 10 years?
I can speak for myself. I mean, definitively, and really be very, very, very confident about it, because I think that when an artist has already established him or herself,
yeah,
it is very, very, very difficult to stay away from, because I take my work, my line of work, as you waking up in the morning and coming to the studio. I have to wake up in the morning and make sure that I sketch something.
Right.
If I'm not able to do that, I fail.
Right.
So, over the years, I mean, you being very, very accustomed and used to that regimental,
routine, so
routine for yourself, it gives you, it makes you very, 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 it gives you divided attention.
True.
So, I will wake up in the morning and probably Nakorex will have to do something together, and I'm saying, hey, yesterday I sketched this, so I
didn't finish.
Yeah. And then I think that at a point too, Rex came out with Abiba, and was huge. And if you're not very careful, you get carried away by the current that is accompanying your success. So I think that he got himself so much engrossed into that that there was no time. So when Rex is ready, you don't have time. When I am ready, of course doesn't have time. She'll be traveling here. So it was a bit,
So basically, your individual schedules was weighing on your, your abilities as a trio,
exactly.
And that was what made the group suffer.
Yes, but then I'm sure people will have noticed that we have actually come together to play about 3 shows already. So the concept of Nakorex is still there.
It's still there.
It didn't have us to.
Okay, let me butt in here before you run away from it. It didn't have anything to do with you breaking up or divorcing Akosua.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. You realize that this even happened. We broke up before we divorced. You understand? So it was not actually. It didn't have anything to do with me and Akos or anything like that. To be honest with you, I mean, people will read all sorts of meanings in.
Of course. I mean, somebody already sent a text. It says, Doreen, I like your program. Please ask Amanzeba for me. What came up about the breakup between him and Akosua Jepong? And, a dedication follows. But that was the question. And so, you know how people...
Well, yes. I mean, I have had a lot of people calling in. In situations like this, the man will have to take the bricks that is being thrown at him.
Yeah.
I mean, it will be very prudent for you to just maintain what it is and be quiet about it. Right. Of course, everybody has skeletons in this.
The
closet or your cupboard in the kitchen. But then, I mean, it's not newsworthy because why? I mean, if I have a squabble with you in the morning over a cup of cocoa, would I have to make it public?
No, I mean, I guess yourself.
These are normal things that happen.
I guess whatever happened between yourself and Akosua is history. She's moved on, you've moved on.
Of course.
Did you get married?
We have, yes, I did.
Did you got married after the divorce?
Hey, please, before I have some frying pan landing on my head, let me just say hello to my beautiful daughter and my wife.
Okay.
Because I promised them that I was going to say hello. They should wake up and listen to me.
All right.
I'm not sure if they are still lazing in bed. They should wake
please,
up.
They should wake up.
Home,
there shall be trouble.
To be fire.
Okay, we will play the next song for them. You probably want to say their names,
yes,
and then we'll throw in a couple of shouts for other people too.
Efiejewa, the proprietors of One Ghana at Abraka.
Okay.
And Ohima KNA Brew.
All right.
Nanekwa. They're in the States, of course. If they, they could be listening.
Yeah, they could be listening. You never know because they know.
Pachwa, yes, Irama in Canada, and Ebo right here.
Okay.
Kobe is also right here.
All right.
And they should have fun this morning.
It's
a beautiful day.
It
they
is
should
a
clear
beautiful
all
day.
their moods and just get into
sit right. Sit right. Okay, we got birthday shouts here. There's 1 year old Alex Victor Steiner who's celebrating his birthday today. It's from your aunt at the DVLA to wish you a very happy birthday. There's also one here for Nane Kia Juma at Nestle. It's from the Joy Marketing staff wishing you a happy birthday as well. Belated birthday wishes going out to Esther Omari Kwating. Last Tuesday was your birthday. I hope that you had a happy birthday. As one here for you, Nana Yao Manteo and Aaron Igley of Tigo. And it's from Ofebia to wish you both a happy birthday. Enjoy your day. one was only because it just reminded me of Nakorek, so to speak.
Right.
It's one of the hit songs from
That's right.
the three of you, and I couldn't help but play it. And some more birthday wishes have come in for Nanaya Mantea. So whoever sent me the text, you probably typed wrong. Happy birthday to Mrs. Ernestina Mpieni. It's from Obaya of Prudential Bank Nungwa branch. Wishing you all a happy birthday. And also for Amanzeba's family who are listening right now.
Yeah.
This one is for you. Okay, so we were talking about, how cometh thou, you people went your separate ways. But when you were together as a group, how were you working together? Were you the lead writer or did you write as a group?
No, we actually wrote as individuals. You realize that our albums are a collection of songs from us as individuals.
Right.
But the very tracks that we wrote, think about 3 of them, could not get recorded because I think we wanted to do it somewhere in England again. But, there were some hitches and stuff like that,
right.
so it could not really materialize. But I'm sure when we have time, it can bring us back again.
Yeah. Would you like for a reunion?
No.
As a band?
Yes.
Going.
It has
steady?
always when it's convenient for all of us. Yes, then we will spring back.
Right.
Back. For now, I'm sure. Akosia is even doing her tours around the country.
Right, and Rex is probably doing his own music somewhere, or running his own business.
New stuff, and then he has to, push it.
Yeah, and you are busy sketching.
I am sleeping.
Oh,
I am just lazing and having fun. But I'm telling you, I'm still working.
And writing or just painting?
Writing.
Or sketching?
Sketching, writing, and recording.
Sketching, writing, and recording. Okay.
Actually, we worked last night. I think there are about 4 singles that are coming out. I mean, I have finished about 3 albums already.
3 albums? So how come you haven't released them?
Please. I think that all of us will have to be extra creative in the sense that for the past 10 years, new things haven't come out. You understand? And it's an indictment on us that we are not really, we are failing. We are not really. I mean, I'm not talking in terms of the young guys. They are doing their own.
Yeah, they just charted their own course,
exactly.
so to speak.
But it is for us always to be the protagonists, to be the trailblazers.
Yes.
So new things will
have to come from you.
New rhythms will have to come because. Believe you me, some of us are the reason why most people are singing Ghana and doing all of these things.
Yeah, thanks for being the inspiration.
The rhythms like Lakma, it was only played during festive occasions, but because of Wogbajeke, you can
people
hear
have
Lakma
started
every day.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for Labadi,
La Homowo or anything, yeah.
So that's quite refreshing. And then the very first person also to have, contemporized Palogo. You understand?
Yeah.
I mean, in the Akucha areas, Akwaboah, then people
then they would play
fun. And that's it.
Yeah.
But in the Akucha areas, Akwaboah, then people
then they would play it.
Fun. And that's it.
Yeah.
But kept at that low level, and then, so, it is for us to really take it higher than it is. In fact, my new rhythm that is going to come out is going to be called Higher Life. Because it is really, really, really important for us to be creating new things. So I believe that my focus is where something new has to come. I mean, not new in terms of a new song,
but a new rhythm,
new rhythm, but embedded, deeply rooted
in our culture.
In our culture. Then that's it.
So does that mean that we are seeing, or we're going to be hearing some new rhythms in your albums that you have produced, about to be released?
Should I tell you?
Oh, please do. I want to know.
Yeah, if it was only you, then I won't.
Okay,
But
pretend.
I'm sure.
Pretend
I'm
that all the people have tuned off for 1 minute.
No. I'm saying that if it was only you, I wouldn't tell you. But I'll tell the public.
Okay, tell the public. I'm leaving the room. Okay, I blocked my ears. You can say it. I wouldn't listen.
Oh yes.
Okay,
yes.
my block maswa.
My man, baby, I won't say that.
I did block my ears. Come on, say it.
No.
Don't give me substance.
No. There's something very exciting, something very new is going to come. I mean, we owe it to this country.
But of course.
And all of us
Right.
to make sure that all of us are singing one Ghanaian song that is making waves
Right.
all over.
Right.
I mean, Wogbejeke is 16 years old and is still fresh.
I tell you what, what actually caused you to write Wogbejeke? Because he has a lot of, it says a lot. One, the lyrics are deep, and the
I
beat.
didn't mention Wogbejeke for us to go down that lane.
You just mentioned it.
I just said it in passing.
Yes.
I'm only saying that it doesn't matter how long the song is.
Yeah.
It is the content.
Yes.
That really spells its sustenance. You understand? I mean, people will say, "Oh, Charlie, this or stuff like that," but nobody says anything about it.
Yeah.
But music and songs are supposed to be evergreen.
True.
That's why we still listen to Ray Charles and even still play Beethoven. So that if you place a time limit on any artistic product, it means you have missed the point. You haven't actually done anything at all. You're supposed to let anything that comes out today outshine, outlive what is previous.
We have to just create timeless tracks, period. There's a gentleman on the line apparently who wants to speak to you. His name is Yofi Boham.
Hey, Uncle Yofi.
Pacho, we're from Doreen, or you're Doris.
Uncle Yofi. Uncle Yofi. Oh, Uncle. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Oh, I can't see. I can see. But that's it.
Okay, so that was the surprise we had to pull out for you. Mr. Yofi Boham wanted to speak to you real quick. Yes. And definitely, we would definitely try to play Amma before we get out of here. But we were talking about your music and all of that. And I did mention a little bit about Wogbe, and we also mentioned about timeless tracks and all of that. I just wanted to just find out a little bit about how you put together Wogbe Jeke, because the lyrics are deep and heavy, and it's still a timeless track, and the beat and everything works well with it. How did you create it? Because that track is amazing, and people are still using it now for several things, for plays,
Doreen,
for adverts, etc.
Doreen, most of the time, what really come to us in terms of songs and rhythms and melodies is inexplicable in the sense that you can write a piece, record it, play it, and when you listen back, you ask yourself, did I do this? You understand? I had actually been putting the recording of Wogbe Jeke off for about 10 years.
Wow.
Because anytime, I'm sure if people have had their breakfast and lunches,
Breakfast, more like it. Okay. Breakfast, more like it.
It's not yet 12.
No, it's not.
Great. The best place that gives me so much inspiration, two places actually. On the Spinks Road at the farm, under the big tree, and then
and that's where you have your farm.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then my White House, where I speak with Obama and all the other
subjects.
Exactly. You understand? So, you could get there, pick up your guitar, and go blank with an empty mind. But I can tell you, by the time you get out of the place, because you just went there expecting, you went there with nothing, but expecting something.
And something came through.
Always.
Yeah.
You see, so the making of Wogbejeke is mixed, because I had the opportunity to speak with the late Nai Wulomo, a few historians and stuff like that. But I have always had that intrinsic, that innate knowledge that the story of Exodus is our story. Now, the most interesting thing about Wogbejeke is, after it had been released, a group of African Americans came to town, bought copies, listened to it, they loved it. So they asked someone to, do the translation for them. I think the person did literally. And then immediately they asked the person to look for me. When they found me subsequently, I was invited to Israel.
Oh, wow.
And I had to go and see what I said in the song.
Wow.
To collaborate the story, because I have always had this feeling
that something like that exists.
Whatever they do,
what did the chosen people
whether they like it or not.
What did the chosen people
like So at the end of the day, it was so revealing and fulfilling, because the first village I visited after my official place, Dimona, we went to the village of Shegef Shalom, and the chief of that village is blacker than your jacket.
Holy cow.
And the Pengbeshi is dread. So I asked this chief, Your Highness, I was speaking through an interpreter anyway. And then I asked, how come you're a black man and you're a chief in this village? Is this place? He says, I don't have a passport. My fathers all don't have one. We were born here. We live here. We have relatives in Egypt. He mentioned places. He had never stepped out of his domain, but he knows, and he knew that he had relatives and religions all over Egypt, Sudan, Ethiopia.
Right.
So I asked how he got to know that. And he said, well, all of these places used to be, like we knew that this is Sudan, but it used to be one, trading amongst themselves, coming, from everywhere. It started from the time of Solomon and David anyway,
right? When
the Queen of Sheba had to, come in and stuff like that. So he made me understand that this is our land.
Right.
I had the opportunity to buy some African clothes from a shop in Liverpool Street in London. It's a Jewish shop. And then that gentleman who, the shop owner asked me, well, where are you from? I said, Ghana. I said, oh, Ghana, you and some other tribes in Kenya, and you left with the prophet Ezra. I said, we didn't live with any prophet Ezra.
I'm sure that argument might have been exciting.
You came to meet us there.
Anyway, gentleman here, Klimsey Kobe says, Amanzeba, wow, I'm loving this. One of the few legends. Can you please ask him how he feels about music today? So that's for you.
Well, music is music. I don't really place any special tag on any kind of music. I love music. Yeah. So far as it sounds good and it's recorded good, qualitative presentation of music must be, what our object is all the time.
Right.
So that, so long as it's good. But I'm saying that I want to use what I have got, take it out there, and let people also know that we don't sing in one structure. We have different rhythms dotted around the globe, and that everybody is supposed to bring his or hers onto the table, so that it will not have a case where I hear there was a festival in Germany. Nigerians came. They said, yes, we are from Nigeria and we are coming to play authentic high life music. And then they got there and they played it. There, Zimbabwe comes, everybody. Then comes the turn of Ghana. GH. And somebody, I'm not mentioning names, somebody picks up the microphone and starts hopping around and jumping, and and then the PA had to be shut down because it was not a place for miming.
Oh.
It was a place for music to be played.
Yeah.
The Nigerians came with your team, everybody.
How
much was it going to cost us? Then you bring an individual, just one person,
Yeah.
and then he comes to represent Ghana, and then the whole crowd moved from that from the time the Ghana slot came, everybody had to move away.
Anyway, it's, I think Nana K. Sapong says something. He says, hope some of these new noisy local artists are listening to Amanzeba on Joy FM right now. Music must be timeless. And I think that's exactly what you want to say, right?
No,
Yes.
but let him know that I'm only speaking from what I know.
No. Yeah.
Probably other people know best, and that's why they're doing what they're doing. But I'm saying that for me, I'm stubbornly stuck with what I do.
Exactly. Stubbornly stuck with a track like this. He's an amazing guy, and if he could just, take a chill pill and analyze things and, move forward, I think we can all,
I think we could do a collabo too. I mean, with the heat gradually coming down, I think that.
Okay, you know what? We have to book a studio. We've got Papi Kojo, we've got Lord Kenya, we've got Shatta Wale in a collabo with Amanzeba before you go into, production of that final album. All these tracks should come aboard, right?
Definitely.
But hey, it's been fun, and I hope that we can catch up again and talk more about all of this and more.
You don't get it.
I get it. Thanks for coming by, Amanzeba.
Thanks. The pleasure's all mine.
God bless.
So glad.
Yeah, I think that
there's no antagonism here.
No, Shatta Wale is, I think, gradually